It's definitely a family affair created by three brothers in the food industry, representing the main menu, pastries, and beverages. The Pucha brothers wanted to utilize the tradition of fine French culinary techniques and also honor the flavors of their home country, Ecuador. They're also participating in this year's Houston Restaurant Weeks, which kicks off this Saturday. It gives you a chance to enjoy a great meal at a great price while supporting the Houston Food Bank. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's just start it with, I think, my favorite Pucha. I'm not sure it's my favorite, but he does the drinks, right? Tell me what you're doing right here.
I'm doing just a classic cosmopolitan.
Ooh, but that's not so classic. You're doing a little bubble.
No, this is a little our small touch of the Pucha brothers.
That is so cool. You are Christian, the sommelier,
Yes.
and then you have Manuel right here. Manuel, the executive chef, and then Victor, you are the pastry chef right here. All right, so it's all in the family. Let's start with how this all started for you all. Ecuador, your earliest memories of sharing life and food.
Actually, we moved into the United States in New York. Our first job, the three of us, were in French kitchens. And since I had a degree of fine arts, my first passion was through food.
Yeah,
Like
you have a degree in fine arts, and you were saying you're the business guy, and he would take so much time decorating the food, and it is beautiful food that you're like, come on, chop, chop, hurry up.
Yes, correct.
All right, so you were working, and when we say French, a lot of people, it is a style of food, but that's where a lot of chefs start to learn is the mother sauces and all those things. And I think the French were the first to actually start teaching culinary skills.
Correct, correct. So as you can see, all my dishes, especially the appetizers, has a lot of color, a lot of movement, a lot of flavors. That's the way I show my degree on arts through food, that you can eat it, and I can recreate the same piece of art again.
Yeah,
all over
we're going
and
to take
over.
a picture of it before we eat it, though.
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
You're used to doing, you love cooking, you've loved it for a long time because you have several siblings, and you were the one who oftentimes put the food on the table.
I was in charge.
You were in charge, all right. And then you moved to New York City, as you mentioned. You were in the business. Now, for you, what made you decide to go into food as well? Were you following your brother, or was it something that you also loved?
Yeah, I like to follow my brother, and also I like to do sweets because it's a very to do desserts is you need to be very patient and
well, it's different.
Yes,
I always say this all the time about what Bobby Flay said. I said, "What's the one thing you can't do that you wish you could do?" And he said, "I wish I could bake." And people sometimes think, "Well, what's the deal with baking?" Baking is another skill level, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but I like it, and I put a lot of love in my desserts. Yes.
All right, and then of course, as we mentioned with you, the drinks. And drinks have gone so far today. It used to be you would follow this one recipe, you order this one drink, and today you can be just as creative with drinks as you can with food.
That's right, yes.
In the sommelier. So did y'all purposely all go into a certain area of the restaurant business so that you could one day come together?
Yes, that was the idea, especially because our bigger brother, he was taking care of us when we were going to high school. He was working, so he was, working for the two of us. So, why not get together? And especially because all of us, we love this, but especially the chef, this is his life.
Yeah.
So, and we came together to create all this at Maison Pucha Bistro.
I love this. All right, so what brought you to Houston?
I was brought to Houston to open a French restaurant. But when I moved to Houston, it took me 3 months to fall in love with Houston. And I went back to New York, even though I grew up over there, but Houston is my second home. Yeah. Ecuador is my first.
Yeah. What is it you like about Houston?
The people.
And then we have so many different people here. And
correct.
When people say to you, okay, you're a French restaurant, but you have the Latin influence from Ecuador, that's what Houston is about. We have so much that we can do in terms of fusion, right? We have all kinds of fusion restaurants, but the principles of French cooking, fine French cooking, but then putting your flavors on it. Let's go through some of the dishes that you have here. And by the way, at Houston Restaurant Weeks, people will get a great chance to try these foods. So let's start right here.
Here I'm utilizing the Texas watermelon with some whipped goat cheese, some balsamic, fine herbs, and a little bit of chive oil. It's
that
part
just
of the,
elevated.
It's part of the Houston Restaurant Week's menu on all the menus.
That just elevated watermelon. That is so good. That
Thank
is
you.
so good. All right, right over here.
And here we have, I'm gonna finish it off for you, simply sea bass, seared a la plancha, And the technique that we're using here is a French sauce, which is called grenobloise. It has butter, lemon, capers, parsley, salt, and pepper. And once again, it's one of the dishes on the Houston Restaurant Week's menus.
Okay, I can taste the Latin flavor right there.
Thank you.
That's very, very good.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go on down to the dessert brother right here.
Yes, we have a chocolate mousse. It's a guava and chocolate mousse. We use Ecuadorian chocolate, and it's a very light mousse for Restaurant Week.
Light mousse, but that is real chocolate, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yes.
You can taste that. It's so different.
Yes.
All right, what do we have mixing up right here?
It's a crepe Suzette with a orange Grand Marnier sauce and orange liquor.
Yeah. What made you decide to take part in Houston Restaurant Weeks?
For me, like I said, there is opportunity to give back to the community and to our regulars, and for a good cause.
Yeah.
Long hours of work, but at the end of the Houston Restaurant Weeks, we feel proud of what we do.
Yeah, and again, people can get a great deal because the cost is different, but you're also
Correct.
getting to experience, what your food is like, and then also give back, which makes that priceless. All right, this is like pretty right here. What is this right here?
We call it Over the Moon, which is a refreshing passion fruit cocktail.
All right, that straw is facing the wrong direction.
Exactly.
There you go. And that is so good. I've not tasted anything like that.
Thank you, thank you.
What the heck's going on in there?
So it means that it took you to the moon.
And
Back
I'm
and
seeing
forth.
some stars right now.
Back and
All
forth.
right. And it's so good. Let me taste that Cosmopolitan. And I would imagine you also have a very big wine list there.
We do. That's right, we do.
All right. Thank you all so much. I'm going to ask each one of you, though, before we wrap up. Again, this is one of those jobs that has become so popular today with Food Network that took us behind the scenes to show what it really takes to make a restaurant happen. You have to be really committed to it. Your best advice for that person who says they either want to become a chef one day or want to open a restaurant or become a sommelier or become a baker. Your best advice.
For me, to open a restaurant, you have to love it.
Yeah.
You have to love it. If you don't love to work in a restaurant, it's not.
Because it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not just the fun parts where people taste your food, right?
Yes. You
All
have
right.
to love it.
Yeah, and you also understand the business part of it. That's where a lot of
Yes.
people get in trouble is that they love the creative part of it, but you better have somebody who's very business minded who can keep that creativity at bay. Right?
Correct.
Yeah, and for you,
Live, love, laugh, and cook.
live, love, laugh, and cook.
That's it.
Yeah, yeah. What does cooking do for people? What does food do for just outside of our nourishment? What does it do when it brings people around the table?
All my great memories is being eating with my family, with my friends, with my coworkers, and that's the thing I will have in my head, in my heart forever.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right.
So for me, it's like it is not a complete meal without desserts. That's why I become a pastry chef. And my wife, she has a happy life and sweet life. Why
Your
not?
wife has a
Yes.
sweet life. I love it. Well,
Yes,
first of all,
yes.
because she has you, but I would imagine her birthday cakes are probably better than most people's, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you all so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
I think Houston is a great place to be because it's interesting how many times people don't get like how diverse Latin food is. Ecuador is not Mexico, it's not Venezuela, it's not Argentina, right? Everybody has their own flavor, and you've brought your own flavor to the table. So thank you for joining us this morning, and thanks for taking part in Houston Restaurant Weeks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, the 23rd annual Houston Restaurant Week starts this Saturday and runs through September 7th. Maison Pucha Bistro is one of more than 350 participating restaurants offering amazing multi-course meals at unbeatable prices. They'll make donations from every meal to the Houston Food Bank, and every dollar donated turns into meals for those in need. To date, the event has raised over $22 million, provided over 66 million meals, and participants are looking forward to another successful year. For more information on Maison Pucha Bistro or Houston Restaurant Weeks, visit greatdayhouston.com. I am over the moon right now again.